They say never meet your heroes, but I didn't listen. Instead, I headed to the southwest, where I half expected to see the Roadrunner being chased by Wile E. Coyote. It was here that I would meet the man that inspired me to start my channel. This guy. Do not adjust your television sets. The Playa-in-Chief himself is in America, and you can catch the front nine of this round on his channel. Matt managed the course well en route to a 1-over on the front nine. As for me, I need my big stick cooperating to keep up with Matt.
Whoa, turn.
And this one's astray. Matt and I play wildly different games, playing off of 3 and 7. And throughout the course of this round, we're going to try to learn a few things from one another. This is usually the sharpest part of my game, but here on 10, I make an absolute mess around the greens. By the time all is said and done, it's 4 strokes before I'm in the hole. And this time, it's the Playa who shows us how to get up and down. It was Matt's pre-shot routine that I was most impressed by, and he quite liked my putting, and we'll stop to take a look at both of those things a few times today. My distance disadvantage will be on display a few times today, although it'll probably cost me less strokes than you might think. Here on 11, for example, I'm hitting a hybrid in while Matt's hitting an 8-iron. Mine misses the green short right, but like I said, this is the part of my game that usually shines most, and I hit a good chip here to just a few feet. Matt, meanwhile, tidies his birdie putt up pretty close, and I think I've missed this, but I do manage to get up and down as well. This was a pretty solid strike for me, although it's going to miss the fairway up the right. Matt hits this one well, and will actually have similar distances in. But on the subject of distance disadvantage, I thin a 6-iron from here.
153 playing 158. Little fader. Oh, no, you see, you didn't want to hit the fader, but you went and did it anyway. Half between a fader and half between a normal shot. And that doesn't work, guys. That doesn't work. You got to commit it. Got to get committed.
Nonetheless, Matt's miss with the 9-iron is much closer to the green than mine. It's a relatively straightforward up and down for him, and you'll see him tapping his par putt in here. Meanwhile, I've got about 30 feet here.
Yes, yes! Whoa!
I leave myself about 5 feet, and I think I've missed this one too, but it goes in. Sometimes being 240 in the middle of the fairway is better than being 280 and all over the place, and we've got a good example of it here on 13. I'll wind up with about 170 in here, and even though I miss my target a bit, I leave it in a pretty easy spot. Matt, meanwhile, is guessing how far this one's going to go.
Ah, sit down. Sit down!
And he winds up long and short-sided.
Whoa, whoa!
But I love watching this. Look how loose he is here. No stiff arms, never at risk of stubbing a chip. Dynamic and moving.
Ah, too scared. Too scared.
He doesn't like the outcome, but that's probably just because he was short-sided.
Ski. Beautiful, sir.
Mine's pretty good, and Matt will tap it in for me. And this is the part of the game that Matt asked me to watch for him. His putting. His stroke here is great.
They don't break that much. I can't see it. I'm not reading them. I can't see it. It's amazing.
But he's having trouble with the read. So we recorded a separate video talking about green reading and putting routine, and that's coming to his channel very shortly. This is a split fairway par 5, and I aim up the right.
Right there. Okay, I'm thinking just smash and then I'll take left or right. Straight up the center.
Yeah. We're both in a lot of trouble, and all I'm thinking about is making good contact here, and I managed to do it. And listen to what Matt does after making the Sergio Garcia run.
Oh boy, in the bunker. Okay, we've got 88 yards, players. Let's go see what the green looks like first. Pin looks way in the back. We've got a big lip in front of us, so I don't want to come out too low. Green is sloped back to front heavily. Pin looks like it's at the back. We want to go all the way back there. Lie's not great, not bad. I think we're going to go 56 degree. Let's see.
He's hitting his second consecutive bunker shot, but still entirely in his routine. Take note, Adam. I always remain in good spirits after hitting a bad shot, but sometimes I don't go through my whole routine. Now I'm putting a lot of pressure on my putter to get out of here with just a 6. The pace is good on that one, and now it's Matt's turn.
I think I gotta hit it. Yeah, I gotta hit it. Oh,
He misses
word,
his.
My par 5s are not my friend, bro.
And I miss mine that leads to a double. One thing that Matt and I are both good at is harnessing a goldfish's memory and never letting a bad hole phase us on the next tee. And this is a tough par 3.
Nice shot, just no shape, huh?
And we both managed to give ourselves pretty good looks at 3 here. I make mine. And Matt now from about 20 feet for birdie.
No fade.
It's another misread, but an easy 3. This hole is all about placement off the tee, and Matt and I take 2 different routes to leaving ourselves wedge in. Matt's favorite number with the wedge is 130, and here he has 120 playing like 128, and you can tell how smooth and easy that swing is for him. I have 80 playing about 85, and indeed both of us wind up with makeable birdie putts here. Matt's more so than mine from about 12 feet, and he reads this one much better, but misses a bit high.
No birdies for me.
The bet on the tee here was whether Matt could outdrive me with a 3-iron.
Oh, Adam, you're gonna have problems. That's as sweet as it gets.
We're going to find out, because Matt hit his best 3-iron, and this is my best drive.
Oh, dude, that's your best.
Who's away? Matt by just a handful of yards. Again, we both have wedges in, and Matt sticks his pretty close. And 111 is a full wedge for me, and I pull it just a hair, but nonetheless it's on the number.
In the hole! Hey, oh. 60.
And in addition to green reading, it's important to always make sure we know the pace of the greens.
Ah, yeah.
And that's not Matt's best.
Matt, hey! Hey!
And 3 putts happen even to the best of us.
Good shot, man.
18 is a beast of a par 4, and it's all about catching the speed slot.
Oopsie.
This is a bit offline,
Should be a cab there, though.
and unfortunately Matt doesn't get lucky.
Nah.
It's another tough one to judge from the waist area. And this one looked like it would be good, but gets kicked just off the green short left. Matt sticks this one close, and we'll have a good look at getting out with 4. And that's my worst chip of the day. It leaves me about 8 feet.
It just doesn't want to go in.
My turn. And it's no good for me either. But what a great place for this Canadian and South African to meet up on the golf course. We took different routes to these scores on the back, and for the day I was 7 over to Matt's 5 over. And for the rest of the trip, we decided to combine our games by playing a whole lot of scrambles, and those are coming to both of our channels soon.
His is called Golf Sidekick. Not a scratch golfer.